Good evening. Welcome to September 28th, 2023. That's what I was looking for. Planning board meeting. First item on the agenda is conceptual for,
Point Jack
oh,
Ross.
yep, first I got to appoint you a voting member, Mr. Jack.
Okay.
And then we got to have a conceptual for Robert and Janet Wilson, 126 Pondview Road, tax map 108, lot 65. Come on up, sir. And ma'am.
Take it away. Hi, I'm Janet, and this is my husband, Bob Wilson. And what we have is an application for conceptual for the planning board to take a look at. I am a third-year PhD in psychology candidate, and I've been running my business since 2015 as an art therapist and nature therapist in Amherst, New Hampshire. COVID sent me home in 2020. I had to close my Amherst studio and go on telehealth, as many of us had to do. And so by 2021, we finished a home studio. And at present, I'm running educational advocacy, mindfulness, and brain retraining out of my home studio. And what we're looking for is just to make this all copacetic with the town, of course, so that I can continue to promote my livelihood there. I see roughly 5 to 8 clients a week by appointment from 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
How many clients was that?
5 to 8.
Okay.
And, well, because I'm in grad school right now, it's rather limited. And the rest are by Zoom still.
So you have a 2-bedroom house with an ADU in the basement and 2-car garage and the art studio.
Right.
I assume you rent out the ADU?
That's not what, my understanding is this is an application for the business right
Yes.
now. The
Yes.
ADU is through
Oh,
zoning.
I'm going towards a parking standpoint.
Oh, yeah, no, we have ample parking. I have a photograph of that right here. If you'd like to see it, let me watch that over there.
It's not a great photo, and, this is our garage, we have a two-bay garage, but you can see there's 4 places for parking.
There's obviously 3 cars parked, there's a space in between those two, so there's 4, that's for sure.
I only see one person at a time, so it's 1 car that we would need at any given time.
And it's off-road parking, it's on our property, so it's not on the street.
And the street is owned by the neighborhood, not by the town.
It's a private road, right?
Completely private, right.
I'm sure
We
you guys
maintain
are
it.
familiar with Pond.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how long is this session for your clients?
50 minutes.
50 minutes, okay, hour, okay. I don't really have any other questions, do you? Obviously, they got 2 cars garage and at least 4 more parking spaces.
Yeah. You say 5 to 8 clients a week now because you're still in school. Do you expect that to change much once you're out of school?
That would all depend. That's very hard to predict because I'm doing international research, so that all depends on my success as a public speaker internationally. If there's room for me to do more international speaking, I may actually go less, not more. So I don't have that data right now. I'm conducting the research out of the country right now.
Okay.
I mean, it's an allowed use, that's,
Yeah. Okay, so you got that spelled out in here, so.
yeah, it sure does. I don't see any issue.
Well, I guess if you get to the point where you're seeing more than, say, 3 clients a day,
That's what I was gonna say, you know, you see quite a few a day.
you probably ought to come back. But right now, I mean, you've got what you've just proposed, what you just explained spelled out in this, so that's a good benchmark. But once you get over 3, then you're gonna be starting a little more impact in the neighborhood.
Well, those are only the in-person people.
Right, so I mean, I'm talking about in
Yeah.
person only too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Do a gazillion online, I don't care.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So, 15 people a day or more, I mean, a week or more,
Yeah.
you're worried about.
I
Yeah,
just think
once
we
you
got-
get-
Once you get up to 3 or so, you might have problem with traffic and parking and noise and things like that. We ought to at least have a real hearing and talk to client, neighbors and all that kind of stuff. But I think with 5 a week, 5 days a week, nobody's even gonna notice that, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, nobody has actually mentioned.
They don't even
anything
know it's
about
there,
traffic.
yeah.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Plus, it's our road,
Yeah.
not the town's, sorry, no offense.
No, you can have it, we don't want it.
I know, believe me, I would love you to take that road. Yeah.
I don't see any issues. Is
No,
that a motion?
it is a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Want to describe your motion a little better for Naomi?
Yeah, make a motion, we find that they don't, this use doesn't rise to the site plan review limit, and once it does, they need to come back.
Fair enough.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? Thank you.
Dinner,
Thank you.
thank you.
I'm gonna step down for the next one. No, not that one, this one.
Oh. Which one? Another conceptual.
That's not on the
For-
list.
Oh, I don't care.
No, it's not on
It's not,
the
it's
list.
the one that emailed you, because I just posted the agenda when he asked to get on.
Okay.
This is for Todd Silva, Cold Springs Campground. I guess Todd wants to be able to sell RVs on consignment or whatever inside the campground.
Those are the left behind.
Well, you got something?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
so he'll hand you a couple of papers.
Just for the record, you want to say who you are? Pick that microphone up if you would. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Would you like a copy of the application also?
Yeah. If you have. Thank you.
Thank you.
The application?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you want to explain?
So I'm Jake Silva, Todd's son.
Ah, right.
So he's manager and owner of Cold Springs Camp Resort. So this is for a separate business that will partner with Cold Springs Camp Resort to allow on-site consignments. So it'll be located inside of Cold Springs Camp Resort. So pretty much, for a long time, campers or seasonals could sell on site, and like whoever bought them would usually get approved by us. But there was a lot of issues with that, so then pretty much this year, we ended up not allowing any campers to stay on site when they sell them. So we want to be able to, under RV right, be able to allow them to sell on site again, but through RV right, so that we can kind of mitigate a lot of the issues that we were having with it. Do you wanna say
Okay.
anything more?
Some of the issues we had was when the market changed during COVID, the prices skyrocketed. It got so out of reach for a lot of people. We didn't have any control of that because we were allowing the campers to sell them and they could stay on site. So that's why this season we changed that. So when somebody wanted to leave, no longer be seasonal, we chose to have them just pull out instead. A lot of the campers are asking if there's any way we could still let them stay on site. So this is a way that we can do that, but then also confirm town taxes are paid, notify the town when a new person buys, which in the past that wasn't always the case. Because that was up to the person selling.
Yeah. Couple questions I have.
Yep.
Are you going to, if somebody goes to sell a camper, spring comes, are you gonna move it somewhere else in the campground, like in overflow field or anything, or is it gonna stay right on the site?
Directly on site.
Okay, that was the first thing I thought of was, well, selling them on site, I don't see a problem with, but if they try to move it and put it in an overflow field or somewhere open, and then before you know it, you got a pile of campers for sale somewhere out there.
If customers wanna pull them off for consignment, then it would go to the RV dealership.
Okay,
But if they wanna keep it on site, the campground and our crew are the ones that deal with the customers for seasonal sites.
yeah,
The RV dealership doesn't. So before, they would do paperwork if it was consignment through there, but then for the site, they'd have to come back to the campground and then make sure everything was okay with us.
Yep.
This way, it would all be done in one building, and it would just be,
It would be a close partnership, so it would
Yeah.
make it a lot easier
Yeah.
for the campground, but also,
and you're not gonna be taking any
Process
campers
for
in there to
everyone.
sell, it's just
no
gonna be,
sales lot.
yeah.
So it would just be what's already existing on site. So it's really no different than what's happened in the past, it's just handled through us.
You guys gonna also handle anybody that's, which I don't know if it's happened down there, I can't recall, but anybody that abandons a camper, all of a sudden they decide they don't want it, and just leave it, don't pay the fees,
The way that happens right now, it's very seldom that happens, but if it does, we go through the RSA's where you have to go through abandoned property law
right?
and
I
an
understand
auction. I haven't done that for years, but
that. Okay, so you haven't had an issue with that down there?
not for years, no.
Okay.
Once in a great while, but we've been through it before.
The campers are in pretty good shape, people tend not to abandon
We
them, right?
actually have we have guidelines, so if something's over 10 years old for a travel trailer, it can't stay on site to be resold. So up until 10 years old, we can resell it. Somebody can stay on the same camper for 20 years if they want to. But when they want to sell, if it's over 10, it would have to be removed. And that would still apply now. If it's past our guideline, we would not resell it.
Okay. And it's also, doing this will also take the issue of any taxes and stuff like that
Right,
right out
and-
of,
Yeah.
right out of the mix.
The way
'Cause I
it
know
happens-
that's been an issue in the past.
Right, we've
People
always
not paying
worked
their taxes,
very
so.
closely with the town
Yep.
on that, and if there is people that are behind on taxes, we actually send out reminder notices to the customers. And we also have gone to the point where if they don't pay, we're not gonna renew them for the following year, and we have done that. The ones that have just pulled out without telling us till they're hooked on and leaving, that's something that we can't,
You get no control over that.
Right.
Right.
we can't stop them.
You
nor
can't
can we-
close a gate and let them out.
Right, so sometimes that happens, but we're also kind of like the last ones to know when a camper's being sold. We would find out the day a new customer's coming in to sign on it. So it's customers that we never met or spoke to or went over any guidelines with the park. So this way here, if we're handling the wholesale, the price is gonna be a fair market value price. And then we'll also go over all the guidelines with the campground.
You have 300 clients that are seasonal out of 400?
300
That's
seasonal,
pretty good.
yes, and we keep that ratio.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good considering some campgrounds don't quite have the ratio like that. That's
Right.
good.
They got a lot of septic systems in there.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have anything else. Everything else looked good.
I mean, they're not, with what he's describing, they're not doing anything that I think would require a site plan, because they're not moving the campers someplace to store them, they're not having a sales office or field or display area or anything, it's all happening right on site.
The reason that Tony sent Tom here was because there's a
Yeah,
signature required.
He needs our,
Yep.
dealer license, yeah, I
he
get
was
that.
unsure of
Yeah.
that, so,
Um, So who needs to sign that? Does the code enforcement need to sign it?
Or code enforcement. If you make a motion, he'll sign it for your minutes, but
Okay.
he just wasn't sure.
I'm not
Something
sure,
later on.
once we submit paperwork, when it comes back, I think it sounded like a copy would be sent,
So I think what happens
the
is
town.
when the state,
yeah,
yeah, so the state will, he'll send it to the state, and the state comes back to us, and that's when Tony will sign it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
I guess make a motion to approve it, and when it comes back from the state, allow Tony to sign it.
Here a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nay? Opposed? None? All set?
All right, thank
Aye,
you very
everything
much.
else.
Next is, if there's anybody here from Grace New England Church?
That's a letter you can do under correspondence.
Okay, we'll do that later on the correspondence then. Moving on, now we'll do conceptual for Cold Springs RV.
The other half of the family.
I didn't even know he was coming to Thanks for making me against it. 'Cause he's cutting into us a little
You're gonna be competing with
Right.
selling campers.
Yep. You squashed that, Bruce, you said no, no lie. That's how we started.
You should have spoke up against it, see what he'd say.
Yeah, that's right, years and years ago, it was just a campground.
We sold right out the house. when we-
Yep,
I know, I remember.
I remember too. Back when I was in a different line of work.
So this is across the street from RV sales. You have,
The one up on the hill?
yes, the one going over the hill, up over the hill, yes.
Okay.
You have 3 plans, right there. Actually, 9, but 3 sets of plans. You do. Trying to figure out how to get up the hill, put some kind of contractor's yard, commercial business.
Trying to figure,
First, we gotta get up the hill.
Yeah, that road that's up there is a little steep.
It is, a little steep. I used the wrong word, I did not mean put a road up the hill, I meant put a driveway up the hill. Big difference, as we all know.
what's the grade on this one?
Depends which plan you're looking at, sir.
Oh, we got 12%,
I got-
10%.
I got
10%.
I got 2 10% plans and a 12% plan. Unfortunately, all I have is one.
Driveway up there now is,
More than that.
yeah, I'd say it's probably about
Probably like 15.
15 to 18.
Yeah, probably about that. So we have 3 concepts. We have concept 1 at 10% max, which is this. Shows about 87,000 yards of cut. Yeah. The I did a profile, plan, there's also driveway 1 at 12% max. And then we have another funky road with
Yeah,
10%.
The big switchback in it.
Yes, the only way to make it flatter is to make it longer.
Right.
Right, so we did this to make it longer. We did go to DES, met with Stephanie, somebody with wetlands, and met with Ridge Walk, AOT. And we showed them, I don't think I showed them the 12% plan, to be honest with you. I showed them the 10% plan like this, and a 10% plan with that, going back and forth across the wetland twice. And DES is very much against crossing wetlands twice. But after sitting there for an hour and a half, something like that, going through all this, I think they finally understood why we were doing it. And I'm not gonna say they're in favor of it, but I think they would approve it. One reason being, we have two choices with the entrance. One's here, and the other one's clear over here. We go clear over here, we're not quite opposite Colby Road. We're close. And that makes, DOT will hate that. There's no way a DOT is gonna want a road basically offset 50 feet from Colby Road coming up this hill. So we are pretty much limited to this location.
It's about where it's sitting right now.
Yeah, right where it is right now. We moved it a little bit towards the house because a little more room for a treatment pond if we needed to or whatever.
So this is gonna be a road or a driveway?
Driveway, excuse me. I keep saying road, it's a driveway. So therefore I can go to 10%. And with a conditional use permit, I can go steeper. So I'm hoping, before I get into massive drainage calculations and AOT problems and all those kind of things, that we talk about a 12% driveway.
Now,
We are planning on 20 to 24 feet wide, so the whole issue of fire trucks passing and that kind of thing will not be an issue. We're probably gonna curb some of it, particularly if you're driving up the right-hand side. That way, the runoff from here, if this runoff gets into the roadside ditch, we have to treat it through AOT. If that runoff goes into a ditch that parallels the curb, we can discharge without treating it, which obviously is gonna shrink our detention pond massively. So we're probably gonna curb at least this one side of it.
The high side.
This one, just to keep that water out of the system.
The,
I mean, it's
what kind of places are you gonna rent it to? Any clue?
first we gotta get up the hill.
Well, I'm thinking about, I mean, all depends what kind of place you're gonna rent to. Are they gonna have something that's not gonna go up a 12% grade?
Probably talking contractor yard, like Remillard did type thing.
Industrial park or anything like that.
Okay, that's,
More contractor base.
that's kind of what I'm asking for,
Yeah.
to see what,
they're getting up there now in those campers. That's all quite a load.
Yeah, that's not my intention at all. I don't have an actual plan at all.
okay.
I need to get a road up there first, then that's the first step to figure out how do we get up there.
We will have to show something up there through AOT to have a reason.
Like we talked about?
Yeah, right.
But we
Yeah.
don't, there is no formal business plan for it.
I mean,
So for the,
I mean, we got,
the 10% with that little switchback thing you got is almost harder to do than a 12% straight shot.
so this 12% one is, you're talking, is gonna be a 2,600 cubic yard cut?
33.
33.
I'm looking at one
33.
that says, what's this one? It says 26.5.
It's a 10.
Your back page.
It's a different, it's a different profile.
That's a twisty curvy
Okay,
one. That's the twisty curvy one.
that's the twisty curvy one, so you'd be taking less out.
Yes,
And you'd be actually filling too, right?
right. I mean, as far as construction goes, that's probably well, maybe not the easiest one, but
No.
it would look weird when it
You're
was
gonna
all
do
done.
something with all the dirt when you take it out.
Yeah, it would be very strange when it's all done, that's for sure. People driving by 114 are gonna say, what in the world was he thinking?
Wasn't that many years ago, the way road standards were 12%?
True. A lot of places. Even some of the state roads.
But 12% gets down to 33,000 yards of cut. And to give you an idea,
It wouldn't look so ugly either.
no, this profile, this is the 12% road, that's the 10% road. You're talking about 5, 10, 15 feet difference in cut.
Yeah,
there.
looking up there, it's like looking up a tunnel.
Yeah, right, all the way through here.
Yeah.
It'd be like doing a cut where you have the ledge on either side of the road when you go down through the interstate in places.
This way, at least one side is open most, for half of it.
And that was one of Scott's concerns, was what's he gonna do with 33,000 yards of fill? There's a little bit of cut, a little bit of cut from these buildings here too, but I think it would fit in here, make another building site or something. So that's why we're here, talk about 12% driveway. Keep saying the other word.
The R word.
Yes. I know I gotta go to fire wards. I know I'd have to file a conditional use permit, but I don't wanna go through all this design and have to come back and change everything. I mean, we're talking roughly 1,000 feet to get up the hill.
And you got a little run at the bottom.
Yep.
You got about a 200-foot run at the bottom before you,
Yeah, give or take.
before the grade starts hard.
Yeah, I think that's right.
100, almost 400 feet. No,
No,
200.
I'd say 2.
Yeah, somewhere about.
Sloping down to 50 feet, that starts, it's still gonna go down for about 120 or something like that. Then it starts going up.
Yeah.
This is 100 feet per square.
So you got a couple hundred feet before the grade really starts.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 plus 0, 0 is here. So I think there's room to stop at the bottom hill, that's what you're,
And this is gonna be paved driveway.
yes. Also, the 12% grade doesn't show any wetland fill. Just an FYI, whereas the 10% and the other one obviously did. I have not talked to DOT yet, that's my next, DOT and fire wards are my next two.
What is it,
Not
what's that
necessarily.
change to going around the corner up by station 10? Is that 10?
Doing what?
You're on station 10, you're going to, is that still 12% around the corner all the way to the top?
No, we'd start the vertical curve clear down here at, yeah, 10. 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Now, is there already a driveway permit from the state for using that over there, or
I did not ask.
Scott, do you know?
What's that?
Is there already a DOT permit for that driveway over there, or?
I would assume so.
Oh, you had to when he put that display
Yeah,
area up
so I
there.
don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna be an issue, you're not doing much different. You're not gonna change the profile of it
No.
much.
They'll have to redo the permit, it's different use, they gotta
Use is different, so they might,
have to renew the permit or
I
something.
want them to say in writing they don't want me to be beside Colby Road, so DES knows I can't be beside Colby Road.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Things like that, I need to talk to them about.
call the state engineer.
So was that 12% stop breaking?
Pardon me?
Was that, what station that's 12% stop breaking off,
So
tapering off?
Tapering off, 10 plus 0, 0 is the PVC.
Yeah, right.
I guess it really starts breaking off about 12, 11:50.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think we're gonna have any buildings till we get to about 13 or so. We did flag the wetlands, Tom Sokolowski did. The swale going up the hill, well, everything you see on the map was flagged by Tom. I didn't have him flag the whole site, so I didn't worry about the back of it, basically, for now. I don't think we're gonna get, he flagged what we needed to worry about for now.
You do condos or renting?
Don't know yet.
Just think about who's gonna maintain it.
Well, it's gonna be maintained by me anyway, because I still use the lower lots. Even, I haven't
I guess I'm okay with the 12%. It's gonna look a lot more appealing than the other two options. You're gonna see it right from 114. It's gonna be wide open. No matter how you do it.
Yep. I mean, it is now, so not gonna change it.
And it's not
All
gonna
that
look like a
drastically.
freaking tunnel going up the hill.
Is that gonna require a variance to the driveway article 36?
No, we do a conditional use permit.
Yeah, conditional
And
use.
then what about gravel?
We're not gonna remove it
More
because
than 5,000, you're not removing it from site?
No,
it goes up the hill for fill, for more,
Okay.
more
No, I'm
buildings.
just,
Yeah.
I'm just asking, because over 10,000, I'm sorry, over 5,000 yards, if you take it off site, you need special something from the planning board, zoning board.
Oh, one thing I wanted to point out, you were talking about the tunnel effect. If you look at the 12% road, somewhere around, well, my reduced number, I can't see the number.
We got 450 here.
Okay, 450. The road is roughly at 12%, gonna be about 4 feet below the wetland. And the further you go up the hill, the deeper it goes. So the wetland is gonna be above the road if you stay at 10%.
At the 12, it won't though.
Right, 12 is not.
No.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have bleeding problems with that wetland.
It would look really silly
Yeah.
with the
Plus,
whole,
I don't think you'd keep the road dry.
no. Well, I'm sure we'd have some kind of under drain ditch type something to keep the water from the pavement, but yeah, 12%, we're in a little bit of a, more of a cut right through there.
I'd rather see you make the 12% work.
yep, me too.
That's what you look for is guidance from us, right?
That's all I was looking for, guidance on the 12%.
That's more than reasonable for that.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing it again.
Any minute now.
And forget, it's not gonna stop the R word.
Yes.
You could use the D word.
Actually, notice I ended that, that says it's no W in the driveway. That's
Yep.
the spell. Let me sit down again.
Yep.
Go that way. So the next item in the agenda, wherever the agenda went,
He stole
Bruce stole it. Lot line adjustment for Brett, Brian and Carolyn Daigle and Dawn and, I'm not gonna try that. Wayne, Cortland Avenue, jeez. We just got made those lots.
Right? Yeah, so they made the lots, but the lot line goes through the driveway, through the garden, and there is no easement plan, but there's verbiage in the deed saying, yeah, there's an easement, so you can use your driveway. So we're looking to clean that up, so that the driveway is completely on the lot with the house that it services.
So the driveway is sitting on somebody else's land.
Not all of it, but a fair chunk to turn around, you know, right, yeah, the house is, I don't know, 30-ish feet off the lot line, and the driveway goes over the lot line, it's kind of one of those, we built it and it looks great, but ooh, wait a minute.
Looks great.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how it came to be, but the owners they got together and collectively want to, just make it all in fee, so there's no easement. So that's the purpose of it.
That's a cluster, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So we know it's a cluster with common area and no, association, so we noticed all the abutters in the, or noticed all the owners in the, development.
Okay.
There's no homeowner association?
Hasn't been accepted by the town, maybe.
The
That's
road
because
hasn't, yeah.
they gave all the open space to
Oh,
conservation,
that's
right?
right.
Yep.
The deeds reflect a 1/12 to 13% ownership in the open space, so technically they're all owners of the open space, so.
Do the conservation easement on it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the town doesn't own the road, so.
Not yet. I see them working on it today. They were doing something out there.
Doing what?
They were doing something down by the cistern today.
I don't know, they're in there cleaning all the growth out of there a couple weeks ago.
There's a pretty big note there, Craig.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words.
A lot of hand
Leaves
strokes.
a lot to the imagination.
Dan didn't shave tonight, can you tell?
It's hunting season.
Craig didn't either.
We're trying to keep the cost down for everybody, so we're saving on the razors.
I appreciate
There you
it.
go.
Yeah.
So we got a waiver for topography, wetlands, and soil types.
Yeah, just a simple lot line adjustment, I mean, it's,
I'm not disagreeing, I'm just mentioning that we have a waiver request for wetlands, topo, and, was there any wetlands on the subdivision plan? Okay. I just think
What's
there
the
was,
third
but I
thing?
thought
Wetlands, topo, and what?
On the original subdivision plan, did they show any wetlands in these two? lots?
soils,
No, no.
soils, soils,
Soils.
and soil, yeah, soils.
Oh, yes, soil, sure. You put me away already?
No, I just folded it, it was easier to hand out that way, so.
So
We gotta
because,
teach him the surveyor's fault, he didn't do it right.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a,
Half, and then back, and then
I
back.
did,
and
I
then
folded it
half.
in half.
that
I
way
just
the
didn't
title
finish
block
it
is
the rest of the way
exposed all the
down.
time.
Unless you're in the field, then I always fold it the other way, so the picture's in my.
It's subject to folding anyway then. Because of cluster, there's no minimum frontage requirement, there's no minimum area requirement
No,
per lot.
It's a pretty basic thing we got going on here.
You set the monuments yet?
I have not,
knew that was coming.
never do it until I talk to you guys first.
You did once.
It was
That's
pretty
right.
it's so
That's right.
basic, you could have set that monuments first, Dan.
I don't even
Are there any-
know.
I don't want you spoiled.
Are there any monuments out there?
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say,
they're
I don't
all-
even know
they're
about
all
the
out there.
monuments,
Yeah.
do they ever all get set out in the back?
Everything on this site anyway, around the lots is there, and I'm certain that, for all the lots that are there, and having worked with the company that did the original survey, I know that, it was all done around the back as well.
Dan, I appreciate you putting setbacks on here, because you didn't on towns, but could you take them off?
Sure,
You can leave the 50-foot front setback on there, but take the side setbacks off.
so as I scroll through, is there no side setback on
No.
cluster?
The building separation.
Okay, so it's 50-foot front and then building separation is all it is on a cluster?
35 feet between buildings, yeah.
Okay. I scavenged the regulations, so I came up with that from somewhere, but it was like, I was like, okay.
Well, Leachfield. Anybody else have any comments? Anybody in the public have any questions, comments? Seeing nothing, I'll close the public hearing.
You got 4 monuments to set.
Yep. And I need state subdivision.
Yes. Anything else? What are we missing?
Dan didn't shave tonight, it's only 4 words, it's not 6.
So there, so there.
It's still only 5.
You make a motion?
I will make a motion, we accept the application as complete.
No, that's a good idea first, thank you.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstain? Okay. We got you accepted as complete already.
Now make a motion, we approve the plan with the condition that the monuments be set and the side setbacks be removed, since there are no side setbacks in a cluster subdivision.
Second.
Is there a note on here saying this is a cluster subdivision somewhere?
And state subdivision approval.
Yeah, right there. Number 4.
Yeah, previously approved cluster.
And we need state subdivision approval.
You seconded that?
Second.
Discussion? I'm letting Pastor Bill catch up with his writing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Congratulations, sir.
You didn't accept the waiver.
Oh. Well, now that we approved the subdivision, there's a lot line adjustment. Can I make a motion, we accept the 3 waivers for wetlands, topography, and soils?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you again. Thank you, Naomi. And now we have a subdivision plan for Janice Perry, Perry Family Local Trust, on 402 Francistown Road, tax map 411, lot 139, in the RA zone. Here's a little plan. Here's 2 big plans.
Can't build a house, yeah, I'm like, this is not good.
Meridian should have been here, but I don't know.
Maybe the door was shut, maybe they thought that.
No.
These girls do that all the time. Thank you, Beth.
Yeah, she was out there with the vacuum, so,
She has a vacuum, yeah.
no, I mean, she was standing there with the vacuum, I didn't know she was gonna, she closed it.
Is there anybody here for this?
Just me, Janice.
Just Janice's.
But she thought the same, she thought the survey was going to.
I don't even think to call them, that's normal, they knew it was on,
Uh,
Do you want to try to wade through this, or do you
You
want?
want us to try to wait, yes, I was gonna
I
say,
can try to,
I mean, we can continue it right now and not do anything, or we can try
Well,
to wade through it and see what
Janice
we got.
Perry, I was hoping to list the property,
We'll go through it and see what we got.
by like the 10th or it was supposed to go online 10th or 12th, so, which makes a big difference as to how I'm gonna do it. That's, yeah, I didn't even think to double check with them today.
it's a 2-lot subdivision, isn't it? It's 2-lot, the house and.
Right, the house and we're gonna leave 18 acres with the farm and then take, I think it's 5+ for a house lot
5.78.
for me.
So we do have a waiver for wetlands on the remainder of the site.
And what's the,
They're showing the
Remains 18 acres.
wetlands have been, the wetlands on the proposed lot 411-319-1 have been delineated. Wetlands on the remaining lot 411-319 have been shown approximately. No site improvements are proposed on the remaining lot 411-319.
let's see, road to get in there.
So we do have a waiver. squint and show you.
So that this subdivision for the road, but I didn't see where there's a driveway or something to get into that back lot. That's what I was looking for.
Where was there? It's one lot.
Huh?
It's all one.
This is all one lot. Yeah,
Yes.
5.7 acres, but I was looking for a drive. I didn't see
Oh.
one.
We talked about to the left of the property
here,
from
yes.
from the road.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see it delineated out.
Well,
So you're doing a lot line adjustment too with 411,320?
That section of the property, if I'm correct, used to go with the duplex next door. And then previous owners did the lot line adjustment. They sold the duplex and did the lot line adjustment to add that acreage. I don't know how big the other lot was, but they sold the duplex with less acreage than was originally there, I guess, and did the lot
So-
line adjustment.
Confusing things by showing that former lot line on there.
I'm trying to find out where you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's not doing a lot line adjustment here, he's just doing a subdivision.
Yeah, this is a subdivision
kinda
now, but
confusing
the
having that on
previous
there.
was a lot line adjustment.
yeah,
That was plan number 553, right? In 2010.
well, it certainly isn't the one done in 1985. Yeah, I don't think I'd call it a former. I think I'd put a book and page in both of them.
Yeah. I think it's confusing, I'd rather not have it on there because it's confusing things.
Yeah, but the next survey would help if you had a book and page, book and page.
Yeah.
So we have a waiver. Let's get past that first. And accepting the application is complete, if we want to.
I'll make a motion to approve the waiver as requested.
second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? My only question about, I'm gonna say this now after we've given you the waiver on purpose. My only question would be that little, looks like a little wetland in between the road and the barn, possibly? It would, it's not gonna affect the subdivision, that's why I said yes, but I would be worried about a setback / buffer from, looks like a little swale right there.
I don't know, I've been there a bunch of times, but I can't remember when I was there, it was in the winter, so.
Wait,
In the front of the barn towards
Between the barn,
Francistown Road.
toward Francistown Road?
You don't think he delineated that
Right up
already?
there.
oh, the indoor barn?
Yeah, right here.
There's,
Little wetland?
I'm thinking he delineated that part already, there wasn't any of that, that's why he did his line.
no, I don't remember that they flagged anything there. There's down in back here near the brook.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing any
I'm just,
flags out there.
you gave your waiver, I'm just,
No, I just,
word of caution.
it's not my area of expertise.
Been up there hundreds of times, but there was snow on the ground when I was there, so.
Yeah.
It appears, the application appears complete to me, by the way. Make a motion.
Make a motion, we accept the application as complete.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Discussion? Discussion first. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, abstained. Okay, we've accepted your application as complete, which means we now can take jurisdiction over it, approve, deny, continue, whatever. So we're gaining.
Okay.
So,
So it appears you were trying to cut off a 5-acre lot. Off the right side from Old Francistown Road. 5.78 acres, you don't need you don't need state subdivision approval. You got a test pit, I saw the log in the folder. do we have monument-wise to set? Oh, my God.
You've had the wetland specialist.
I have a question on note 9.
Under the town of Ware driveway regulations of a temporary.
Proposed driveway is not identified.
So,
The proposed driveway into that lot is not identified.
yeah, that's, I said the same thing when I
Right.
first looked at it. I don't see it delineated anywhere.
I know where they talked about, was looking at it from the road on
It's gotta be
the,
right
right
there
on the
somewhere.
left.
Oh,
Yeah.
right along the,
You got a buffer, you got a wetlands buffer to contend with
Yeah,
there.
right there would be the place to put it.
okay. So,
Staying out of the buffer. What scale is this?
yep, it says here that all proposed
100.
lot corner document monuments will be shown, as shown, will shall be set prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy.
I take it these rectangles on these barns are fenced-in turnout areas for horses or something?
Well, actually, I have an aerial photograph I took the other day I could show you quickly.
No, he's got little
That's
circles.
what I'm assuming what
You
you're
can
saying.
see some little,
Yeah, I know, he should have made the scale a little smaller, so he had more
Yeah,
circles. These are all
yeah.
turnout paddocks or something,
These
right?
are running sheds.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
so we're gonna have. Oop. My count right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 monuments to set? Need to show the 25
Not
foot
counting
buffer?
anyone else with here too,
Oh,
right?
he's got one here, got one there, got one here.
Okay, so he said those,
We got this,
What's he got showing on the wetlands? Is that the building setback?
that's the 50 foot.
Okay,
On my scale, using my pen on that bar scale, it's 50 feet.
okay.
calibrated pen.
So, 50 feet is that little mark, on the point, right?
Yep.
Okay. 50 feet is from the wetland to the line. Obviously, it's not the buffer's in there.
So you're good to go.
Exactly. Is there a note about the wetland buffer?
That's proposed on lot were delineated in accordance with the Army Corps of Engineers, wetlands delineation manual, technical, and the northeast supplement by.
Could it say Article 27 point something or in there someplace if it was?
Article, it says report Y-87-1. For FEMA. Flood hazard is not subject to the 100-year special flood hazard.
Note number 10 says all proposed lot corners monuments as shown shall be set prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy for the proposed lot. Just an FYI, that's not gonna, we're gonna require that it be approved prior to the plan being recorded.
Say that again, please.
We're gonna require the monuments to be set prior to recording, prior to approval, prior to your final approval, rather than occupancy permit.
Oh, okay.
It's just the way we've always done it.
Okay.
So, just a timing issue, really. Anybody have any questions or comments? I think we need to, just for everybody's, we need to show the buffer, the 25-foot wetland buffer. Need to add a note about saying Article 27 point, whatever it is, 8, I believe. So about 25-foot buffer, what's allowed in it, what's not allowed in it. I see 16 monuments to be set. Instead of the being being saying former lot line, I'd prefer to say book and page such, book and page, whatever the book and page, obviously you've got the property in 2 different deeds. For the former lot line, maybe it's 2 tracks.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's some reason it says former lot line, so surveyor could explain that a little better. What was the other thing I was thinking? Don't need to say subdivision. I think that's it. Oh, you will have to go for the selectmen to get permission to take the wall out for their driveway,
Okay,
so just an FYI.
You don't need to do that now, just
No, you can
before
do
you
that
build.
Yeah.
before you
At
build the
some point.
driveway. Yeah. Or whoever buys it, builds the driveway, whatever.
She said that she's gonna keep that lot back here. Is that, Janice, you're gonna keep the lot in the back, the 5 point?
yes, that's what I'm hoping to do, keep
Okay,
it
that's
for
for
me
you.
and build
No, she's
something.
selling this,
Yeah,
keeping that, okay.
yeah. She's gonna sell it back, yeah.
Anybody from public like to speak? Boom, your hand's up quick there.
Just quickly, the agenda said Francistown Road.
Old Francistown Road.
The agenda on the town website said
Right.
just Francis.
Yeah, it should be
No,
old,
should say old.
old Francistown.
That's all.
Maybe.
I got confused on the tax. Oh, do you want me to stand up?
If it's about this application, yes. Come on
Sort
up,
of, I got confused on the,
come on up, state your name for,
State your name.
you gotta be in the minutes now and all that
That's
kind of
fine.
good stuff.
my name's Holly Zalonko. I'm 403 Old Francistown Road. And I got confused on the tax lot number, because it said 139. And it wasn't, 139 is just not near.
So we had
our
2
numbers.
typos. So it should have been
So-
Old Francistown Road, it should have been 319, not 139.
Okay, all right. That's all, because it was clear across town for 139, and I got confused why it was a matter. But I gotcha. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions, public? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. That does bring up a question about, do we do adequate notice with the 2 typos?
Well, we're gonna,
As was pointed out, we're looking at Francistown Road and map 411, lot 139.
Do what you gotta do.
Hmm?
Do what you gotta do. All the abutters notices came from the surveyor did all the labels.
do you have a copy of the abutters notice?
Yeah, right, right on the top.
Yeah, can I see that?
But they get sent to the right people.
They get the abutters right there, list on top of the, right,
Here's the abutters notice. Oh, you got one there.
yeah, they get them.
No.
So they're the right ones?
No, 139, doesn't say old. Well, they might be the right people, I don't know. What does that mean?
Return?
Something TF? UTF? NTF?
Unable to forward.
Unable to forward,
The other one's on vacation.
yeah.
Okay.
So the labels that came from Meridian were the ones that we used for the assemblies.
So everybody got a notice, and notice does say Janice Perry dash Perry.
Yeah, and there's
Family
least,
Related
yeah,
Trust.
it has this, the names are up here. I'm looking at the receipt, so.
I think,
Black Bear one.
I would think
Holiday
anybody that
one,
got that notice would see Janice Perry on there and would, hopefully they would realize it's the right, what property it is. I guess hopefully it's not a good
What's
thing.
the, is 411, what, 119?
319.
319,
The notice says 139.
yeah. But the receipts seem to be, she got hers and she's
Well,
in
the
that.
Meridian does,
Yeah.
the surveyors do all the envelopes.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure it was
Yep.
Harry's address instead of, because 139 is clear across town, so I just didn't see the.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even,
Oh, I understand.
I don't even know what
No,
that's.
I mean, yeah, so she was noticed, she got the notice and her, she's on the abutters list.
What do you think?
There's no butters here that, you're a butter to this?
I'm 403, so technically I'm across the road.
Yeah,
Yep.
366,
I think they may.
You're 403?
Yeah, right directly across the road almost, yeah.
I think
but I
the
don't
thing
know.
is there may have been a typo on the notice, but the abutters got the notice, so,
With the typos on it.
with the typos. So,
When's the next meeting?
That's what I was kinda thinking myself.
The 12th?
yeah. Continue with the Lynn.
I think we gotta continue to then send out new butters notices.
Do we have time to send out new butters notices for the 10th? 2 weeks?
I was doing tomorrow, because I'm leaving town.
What's the letter say, the one up to the abutters, which address does it notify them of? You got one?
It says Francis
So
Dunn
the
Road.
abutters notice says exactly what the agenda.
It's supposed to, so I don't think you'd have to, yeah, 402 Francis Down, yeah, PAP 411-139, and it says for the Janice L. Perry Family Irrevocable Trust.
I can add them to our list if you want.
And they all went out to the abutters, the right abutters, because
Well,
it
yeah,
has,
they didn't get they don't. The question is, if they got this letter, would they realize it should be Old Francis Dunn Road, and that should be 319?
yep.
And then realize where it is.
Well, most of them would probably recognize the name more than
I'm not
anything else.
disagreeing with you, I'm thinking
Most
about,
people don't know what the tax map
Yeah,
numbers
but
are.
that,
You can, I mean, it puts her out a couple of days, but you can do that and I'll do them tomorrow, it doesn't matter.
that's what I think we ought to do.
I think we should too. Play it safe.
In the meantime, is
In the
there
me-
something a list you can get, we can get Meridian, so that.
Yes, that's where I was gonna go next.
The list for abutters?
No, the
The
list of
corrections.
things that need done.
Oh, yeah.
They gotta do to fix the plan.
Yeah, monuments, driveway.
So we need monuments at all 16 corners, including all the angle points along the road. We need note 10 changed, or even.
It can be eliminated because the monuments have to be in.
Eliminated and settle the monuments, right. We need the wetland buffer shown, and a note explaining the buffer. We need I would prefer the former lot line be described better. How's that for a word?
Driveway for the other lot delineated, clearly.
And show the proposed driveway to lot 319-1.
Since there's a very limited window to put it in.
Yeah. It's gotta be right
It
there.
will fit, it's just a
Oh, yeah,
limited
lots of-
window.
Yeah, there's lots of room, but that's where it has to be. It can't be around here.
Right. Looks like the sight distance there is okay.
Anything else?
Make a motion, we continue this until the
12?
12th
And,
of October?
10th.
and
12th.
you notify the abutters.
And re-notify the butters, yes.
Yes.
Second.
That's our next meeting.
What,
That's our next meeting,
is it the 10th, did you say?
12th.
12th. October 12th. What I could do is send you an email with that list on it, if that would be helpful.
For me to forward to them, or,
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I think I have your email. I won't say it out loud, I promise. Yes, I have your email address. I can even remember that email address.
Somebody second?
I second it, yeah.
Pastor Bill's not doing anything tonight, just writing stuff down.
Well, he's answered some of the motions, so he's made a motion.
Discussion? Do you have a motion and a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? I will email you tomorrow sometime,
Okay,
and with that list, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
I appreciate your time.
No, thank you.
I was a pharmacist in my career, so you couldn't make mistakes, 'cause you might kill somebody.
Yeah,
Not real happy right now.
I understand.
I'm happy with you, but not with somebody else.
I'll write down the email address before I forget.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Janice, nice seeing you again.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, trying to downsize.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, I'm trying to do the same.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. You have 3 sets, I think? 3 sets of minutes?
I have like 4.
We get this letter.
Oh, that's, it says minutes, other business and adjournment. I was just following the agenda, seeing no one nitpicking it.
We'll do minutes. We haven't done any minutes in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of slacker right there. It's maybe mistakes.
Yeah. Too many hats, that's all. So we could do June 30th, 2022 minutes, right? I did.
I don't have that.
You don't have it?
I think it's July through August.
It's the only one I said okay
September.
on.
Okay.
Somebody has my other minutes.
I got them right here.
Oh, I was like,
I got all the other
June
ones.
30th ones you have?
No.
June 30th, 2022. I'm serious.
Okay. Whatever, just tell me.
Yeah.
So you have a motion?
You making a motion?
I don't have it before me, so I can't make the motion.
Make a motion?
Just because it says okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Start reading.
I wasn't even here, okay.
You weren't?
Oh, is he absent? July 13th.
I think I read them, but I,
I'll make a motion on the 30th of June, 2022.
second.
We accept them as read.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You weren't here for any of these.
What are the others?
Absent, Jack. Absent, Jack. Absent, Jack. Why are you even here?
Because I went, hey, the others I was either working or
I understand.
most of them I was working nights. One night I came by and you guys were still here and I come through, it was like 9 o'clock. Should have stopped.
So what do you want to, 7:13?
Yes.
Continued site plan review needs to be changed to gutter.
Yes, instead of Gunner. Kathy Bailey is here twice in the guest list. I assume there's only one Kathy Bailey here.
Yeah.
Second page, second line, last word.
It took me a long time to figure what that should be.
Weir, as opposed to rear. W-E-I-R.
Where was it?
Second page,
Yep.
second line, last word.
Concrete rear.
Was it the lake?
Mr. Costello said the concrete rear. Took me a long time to realize he meant concrete weir.
Do you think he was talking about the,
No, I knew what he
Whiz-
meant when
Whiz
when
Beach?
he was here, I understood, I didn't. I had a hard time with the minutes.
Rear is what you have in there,
I know what, I didn't know what the word.
W-E-I-R. Weir.
Okay.
Same paragraph, next to last line, last word is, should be silt, not silk.
Silk socks are nice, but silk socks are better.
what, silk socks?
Then under the following conditions, note with the conditions, 1, language to expand the ZBA. Note and approval number. Then conceptual hearing, Kathy Bailey, third line from the bottom, second word in. It says vets, it should be checks.
Excuse me.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as amended.
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, you missed one at least.
No, I didn't.
First page under continued site plan, 7th line. That there will be a Knox boxed, it should be box, not ED.
Knox box instead of a Knox boxed.
Right, box, not in a box, it's a box. Now you can make your motion.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes for July 13th, 2023 as amended,
As corrected.
as corrected.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. August 2nd, August 10th minutes? Line 31.
Yeah, we start using the line, so.
Yeah, I like that idea. Line 31, 80% of the power production comes, take out one of the comes. The first one.
Okay.
Line 46, I don't quite know what it means. Mr. Bolton asked if the solar array took up about 3/4 of an acre.
It was just a question.
Yes, Ms. Olin said it takes up about 27 square feet.
I think it's 2,700.
Okay, that could be. That's better. I just did, 27 didn't make sense.
It's about
Where's that?
a half acre.
Last line. Ms. Olin says it takes up 27 square feet. 2,700. Line 59, near the end, my name's spelled wrong. A tough name, you know? I wasn't here then either.
Make a motion, we approve the August 10th, 2023 minutes as corrected.
Read that one, because I didn't.
Oh, you're not here.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained?
If you're gonna correct them, you have my copy, so you have to correct it on there. You can state it, but I'll just need that back.
I had a question as to whether Carol Lee on line 20. Is it Carol or Carol Lee? Or is it Carol E. Towns?
No, it's Carol Lee.
It is Carol
We
Lee.
have it right here.
Okay.
It's all together. It's Carol and then EE on the end. It's Carol.
EE, okay.
Took me a minute, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it's kind of hard to, Carol Lee E.
Yeah, and what we're gonna do is take the numbers off and we'll make them fine. But it's so much easier than saying third paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
About halfway down.
Yeah.
A lot nicer.
As soon as I saw that, oh, this makes perfectly good sense. I didn't even care if you left them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
shouldn't.
just thought if we take it off to clean it up. I haven't noticed. Did it kick off?
No.
Just checking.
We can read a live blog and nobody will even know I'm doing it, so that's all right.
Well, for some reason this decided to restart, so. The new technology sometimes don't work.
Yeah, I got a Zoom meeting with a client tomorrow that I hate those things.
Yeah, I did-
Absolutely hate them.
I did want to train him one a while back. and I could hear them, I couldn't see them, couldn't get it to enlarge, and I guess they could see me, but,
Well, the problem with me is.
I'll make a motion, we approve the
yeah.
With my
August
computer,
24th, 2023 minutes as written.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? So we got 4 minutes out of the way. Woo-hoo, we're gaining.
Maybe I have to catch you off, I just haven't had time.
We've got the 14th.
September 14th?
Give 'em here.
Nope, we still got one more.
All right.
Line 28.
Fix it on your copy, would you? Because I didn't print it out.
Oh,
I have your copy, I think, right here, don't I?
Everybody's got them.
So, here, mic this one up.
she can have mine, it doesn't matter.
This one's hers, anyway.
All I'm doing is taking proposals and making it proposed changes.
Yeah, you gave it to me for looking at that plan.
What?
You gave it to me when I was looking at the plan.
I knew, I was like, I knew I had it. But just like couldn't hold down.
All day.
Anyway, line 28 says no proposals were made for, I was gonna change to no proposed changes were made. That's all.
No proposed changes were made. And is it Goffstown, Kingston, and Hooksett?
Goffstown, Kingston. No, it's Goffstown, Kingston, Hampstead.
Okay.
There were several others that I used, but those were the main three.
Goffstown, Hooksett,
No, Hampstead.
Concord, Goffstown, and Hooksett, isn't it?
Oh,
That's the solar array.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, yep.
That's the next meeting.
Make a motion, we approve the September 14th, 2023 minutes as corrected.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? So now we got through all of that.
no.
Yay.
Yeah.
So you did get a letter, we got a certified letter for Grace Underwood?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure what you wanna do with it.
Has everybody else seen this? Did you read this?
I get a,
Did you get that?
Yes.
oh, yeah, I've got this, it came, I got the,
Yeah, an email.
The issue isn't whether it's permitted or not. The issue is whether you have a permit to do that.
right.
Right.
So if we're to go by this argument, then I don't need to do anything with my new piece of property.
Well, I mean,
But this
the thing-
argument is not,
Yeah,
It's an issue, it's not an issue, it's a safety concern.
Right.
So as far as.
Health and safety, essentially.
Right, so it's a code enforcement issue, it's not in our sphere of influence, other than the letter was addressed to us because the application was brought to them.
Well, this isn't his first go-around with that down there either.
No, he's been here before for a bridal venue.
Well, he was gonna have a, function and bridal venue and parties or something like that.
Right.
And he was told what had to be done then, because part of it was parking, you know, entrance. Town road to get approval for that, and, you know, any other, life safety issues, and I don't believe that ever got met. I don't remember seeing anything come back, but,
That's the last I heard of it.
yeah. And I know they've done the things down there, because, I mean, that goes back to when Neil was still sitting,
Oh, yeah, it's a long time ago.
yeah,
I think he needs to come for site plan review.
I agree.
Oh, definitely.
Has to show, you know, the parking, anything, any life safety, you know,
How about if I write a letter and Tony reviews it, and we just send it out?
I don't think you should write a letter.
It's addressed to me, I should respond.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Tony went down
Right.
with stuff, and then he wrote right to him.
Great. The guy wrote
And it
me,
came certified.
the guy wrote me a letter, so I'm gonna write him back a letter.
Came certified, so we signed for it.
I'm not gonna certify my letter.
Have the Board of Selectmen seen this?
No, because it came in the Dutchess stamp. I stamped it because that's the only stamp I had.
Gotcha.
Because I had to sign for it.
Or I can write a letter and we can meet in 2 weeks and talk about it again, and,
Yeah, I think that's the right, I mean, you can draft a letter, you guys can approve to send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can send it for you.
Okay,
okay, what?
that's what we'll do. That's-
So make a
that's fine.
motion,
Go
have him
ahead.
send the letter?
So you, no, I think, sorry. I think-
Do you want me to draft a letter and send a draft to you guys to review
Yes.
and comment?
I make a motion that Craig formulate a letter, draft a letter for, in response to this, for us to discuss at our next meeting.
Second.
Discussion? My only discussion is gonna be, I think it would be nice to reply sooner since it's been a month already, supposedly, since we received it.
Yeah, because that was fine.
Right.
So,
But if that's what you guys want, I can do that. The only other, that's what I was saying, the only other way we could do it quicker would be for me to meet with Tony and get it done, or send you guys a draft and then you reply to me, not as a board.
Yeah, you have to individually reply.
Right, I sent it to Jack, I sent it to Bruce, I sent it to
Yep.
Pastor Bill, they all come back to me.
correct,
I don't send a group message out, they don't send a group message out.
right,
It's one,
yeah.
Yes.
yeah. And then you can,
And if Bruce has a suggestion, if one says do this and Pastor Bill says do this, I
Flip a coin?
then you bring it back in 2 weeks.
bring it back in 2 weeks, exactly.
2 weeks.
So the four of us will figure it out?
Yep.
Okay.
So you, all right, you had a motion, so you're not doing anything?
I seconded
You had
it.
a motion and a second for Craig to draft a letter for review at your next meeting, you're not doing that?
Or to draft the
We
letter.
I rescind the motion.
Okay.
I was in the second.
So now we're gonna make a motion that Craig's gonna write a letter and email to each board member that's present today individually for review and comment. And then I'll
Individually.
revise the letter and send it out. Does that sound like a good motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you move?
I think I just moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, okay. This one with that. That's something I gotta do right away. I did meet with Tony last Friday about zoning ordinance changes, because I wanted to make sure, I remember last year he dumped the wrong word, I'm sorry, Tony, didn't mean to say dump. He gave us
The camper thing. and
the camper thing and a couple others fairly late in the game. And while he hasn't had a lot of time, he does want to pursue the camper one. So
Is,
I'm going to try to meet with him again soon, 'cause this is what he gave us last year.
So how do we, what's our zoning concerning a vacant lot that has a camper with septic on it?
None. Absolutely none.
So it's-
His concern is the camper sitting on a lot with or without another house, without another house on, and not being hooked up to a septic.
And being rented out.
No,
No?
and the black water just going,
Oh, yeah. The
Well,
water's just
Blackwater
being-
might be, no.
Yeah.
just dump.
It, there's a piece of property across from my daughter's new home on Walker Hill that has a camper. I
Okay,
do not see a house on the property.
okay,
St. Ange has been in there twice,
that's good.
so I don't know if that's the property in question.
I think there's more than one property in question.
Okay.
There's lots of them.
Yes, I think there's numerous.
They in there to pump that, or pump out of the camper. That's,
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. So if there's no zoning pertaining to that issue,
The zoning is, there is no zoning pertaining to that issue.
correct.
yeah.
Anyway, I was just bringing it up that Tony and I are gonna try to talk about this some more.
So that's an additional thing on the list.
Yes. I did think about this private roads and section,
37.
no, not 37, the other one.
Article 37 is private roads.
17.1.1. No new building permit for new homes shall be issued on any class 6 or private road, period.
Right. 17.1.1, yep.
So if you, now I gotta find Article 37. Thank you.
Here's borrow mine.
So if we're defining a private road as an access to 3 or more lots, and the private road must be shown on a survey plan dated prior to March 88, which was our zoning, or a plan approved by the planning board, what is a road that's an existing private road today? What would that be called?
Private road.
By definition, no, it would not be.
Why?
Private road had to be shown on a survey plan prior to 88.
Private road.
That's a private road.
So-
There's a lot of private roads that exist.
But there's
prior to-
private roads that existed after 88 is what I'm talking about, that were not approved by the planning board. Are there any, I guess is the
I
question.
know two. One off White Mill and one off Maple.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They
Yeah.
came for 3 lots.
Yeah,
Right.
we approved that
Right.
one.
You guys approved them.
Sort of,
right?
yes.
Yeah, the one off of White Mill.
So
So
the
do we-
ones that I'm thinking about are the ones that were done way back in the early 80s.
Oh, like,
Yes.
Be sure-
Wildwood, Woodfern, all those ones,
The one,
Blanche,
what's the-
They're
Craig.
shown on the subdivision
What is
plan
it?
prior to 88.
What's the other one up there by, off of 77, where our junkyard is?
So do we need to have a grandfather clause based upon the change of this
Lake Road,
particular
yeah.
date?
Well, no, if we're saying there wasn't any approved between March 88, if there was no private roads built
Since
after March 88
Without approval.
without approval, well, my whole, my,
That's the other one up off of
You guys
Maplewood.
have approved two.
Yeah,
Short roads, but they're
yeah,
Scott Ave.
Sparrow and the other one.
Sparrow and Looking Glass Lane. Yeah.
Okay. So we're still thinking we should just take the words "or private" out of that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's still say, it would still be there saying no building permits for new homes shall be issued on any class 6 road.
Right, correct.
Or private road? You're gonna delete the, or private
Period.
road part?
Period, after
Okay.
6. Then you go for, if you're doing a private road.
Oh, then
go
you
right-
follow this, yeah,
you go
okay.
follow 37.
Still need to do the definition and for something.
Yes, the definition for a private road,
But
Yes. which is on top of that piece of paper he has.
The one I.
Private road shall mean access to 3 or more lots. The private road must be shown on a survey dated to prior 1980 or shown on a plan approved by the planning board.
I haven't had time to look on what, the other thing that Tony mentioned, I thought of that while I was talking to him anyway. my wetland idea, it's gonna make we're gonna have to date it from a certain date forward. And I guess we leave the buffer. No, I'm gonna take that I guess out of there. What do we do with the existing ordinance for lots as of today? They're still gonna have a 25-foot buffer and a setback, 50-foot setback?
Well, now we got 3 deals,
Right, that's where I was going. Then we've got 3 ordinances working with,
because prior
They
to
contradict
that, prior to the adoption of that,
from
like
from
my
88
lot,
till 2000 something, there was no wetland buffer or setback.
and then the buffer came in, but the
Now
setback
Now the buffer
didn't.
comes in from all lots,
But the setback didn't.
but the 50-foot setback did not.
So anything that was approved prior to a certain date stands,
For setback wise,
Yeah.
yeah, the setback doesn't apply.
Yeah,
The buffer applies everywhere.
yeah. But as of a certain date,
The reason this is coming up, because Tony goes, how in the world am I gonna know if that wetland is low value, high value, whatever? And I said, well, it's gonna be right on the plan the planning board approves. We're doing a subdivision, we're gonna see the wetlands, the buffer, the setback's gonna be determined at that time.
So how does,
I mean, any
that's
lot,
if there's a site plan, right?
Pardon me?
That's if there's a site plan.
any
being-
subdivision.
Or
lot.
subdivision.
A subdivision, but what if you're,
If
if,
there's no subdivision, it doesn't apply.
oh,
It's in-
well, how does that work for setbacks if you put an addition on your house?
Doesn't apply. It's all
the new
based on
regulation-
subdivision.
It's only subdivision.
If you put an addition on your existing house and a lot was created, let's guess after 2010, you would have a 50-foot setback. If it was created prior to that date, there's no setback, but there is a 25-foot buffer around the wetland. Everywhere.
Right.
I think it's really gonna be confusing no matter what we do.
We gotta figure out that date for the, when the setback applies, because we should put that right in that ordinance, to
Yes.
spell that date out.
It used to be there in 2020. That was one of the things that
which
was
which
researched at one time.
which one is that? Which regulation? I don't have it.
27.8,
27 what?
maybe? That's got a lot of memory here.
Well,
Nope, not
I
27.
thought it was 28.9.
28, 3 is wetland, oh, that's 28.8 setbacks, 28.9 is the
Setbacks.
buffer.
this is.
Right.
Existing lots of record as of the date of the adoption of this ordinance shall be exempt from this requirement. And that's, it says
But we need the
buffers.
date of when it was adopted.
But I don't know when that was adopted.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say, I even looked at the buffers, it doesn't even say it.
What does it say at the end of the document when,
It's been many changes over.
No,
okay.
You see, it's instead of the word date there, I wanna put in the date.
Well, the good question is, if you really want to get technical about it, is the date of the posting of this ordinance? Or the date of the,
Yeah, it is.
Date of approval.
no,
No.
actually, it says adoption, so it has to be the date of the meeting. Right? Existing lots of record as of the date of the adoption of this ordinance shall be exempt. The ordinance wasn't adopted until it was voted on. I guess.
We can go to town meeting. Date.
Yeah, we'll do a town meeting date,
We just have to,
whatever year it is. So I gotta do something with the wetland thing, Tony. I'm gonna look at this residential camping with him some more. Anything else?
Just FYI, I may not make next meeting. I'm getting a knee replacement next Wednesday.
another one?
Nice. You sure you wanna say that?
Why?
Okay,
Everybody knows.
okay. They do now, or they can find out real easy. I had a client had a hip replaced 2 weeks ago. He's already walking without a cane.
Yeah, I was doing that with a cane in a week.
I don't know. And now they're talking about giving me an ankle replacement.
Ankle replacement?
Yeah. Well, they did such a thing. I found out today they do.
Sounds like a lot.
I don't think they're going to really be long, so. So you have one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All, discussion, all in favor, aye?